Hello, Facebook. This is me, and I haven't been out talking on video in a long time. I am still a prayer warrior, but I don't practice it too much anymore. Um, Today was my birthday. Thank everybody for sending me happy birthday wishes. That was beautiful. Um, it was a wonderful day. God bless me for a wonderful day. Very peaceful. Very nice day. No big entertainment or anything, but a very nice day. I enjoyed it, and I thank God for it. But all that said and done, I'm a Facebook buff. I love Facebook. A lot of people say people put too much of their business out here and all that type of stuff. That doesn't bother me. I like to be able to see moments and things with my family and friends, and sometimes I even vent myself out here, and a lot of people may feel I'm exposing too much, but that's me. I don't have anything to hide. I'm not one that worry about what people think of me. I worry more about what Christ thinks of me than what people think of me. That's me. So I come out and I look at Facebook, and first of all, I'm really proud of my granddaughter who hosted and helped to put together the Black Lives Matter in Charlotte. I'm very proud of her. I don't want her to get hurt, but I know she has that in her blood. I Years ago, when I was young, I did the same thing, and I will do the same thing now for justice. Um, I too am tired. I am very tired as a black woman, constantly seeing these children um, getting killed by police officers, being profiled, um, watching the cases go through court and nothing be done. These people walk away. The most horrific experience I had was with Trayvon Martin. I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole case, and I watched Zimmerman walk away. Um, I cried when I heard the screams because today, until to very day, I know that that was that child, not that man. Um, the cover-ups, the scandals. Um, a lot of people marching these days from the other young man that just was killed for a traffic stop. Right after another one was killed for selling CDs. And it goes on and on and on and on. And some of our people close a deaf ear or put their heads in the sand because it don't affect them directly. What affects us all as a people. If you don't unite and come together and stand with justice for justice, then what are you standing for? That's my opinion. In my opinion, as one many. You have the comments out here about all lives matter. No one said that all lives didn't matter. But all lives are not being affected the way our people are being affected. Now, I try not to practice racism. I'm a Christian. I love all people, regardless of race, creed, and color. I love all people because that's what my Bible teaches me. And I must follow the rules of Christ. I've even forgiven all the stuff that happened to my ancestors in the past. I don't carry that venom inside of me that all white people hate us. But you still have that in the core of the United States when everyone sees that when we got this black president, how this racism began to surface even more. Then we can sit back and it don't affect my job, don't affect my position, my home, my family. I'm not getting involved with that. The ministers, that's not really this or that, and they don't want to get involved with that. But for real, everyone needs to get involved. Everybody needs to stand up. You don't know if it's going to happen to child, grandchild, relative. Well, that call comes to you where your child has been shot because they was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or they bucked back. They call it bucking, but sometimes you just want to let people know there's a certain way to talk to me. I'm human. I'm a person. I'm a decent person. Talk to me with respect. I too have been uh, somewhat assaulted, humiliated, or talked to a certain way by white police officers. And one time I was pulled over because I had my high beams on. But this officer read up me so bad, and it was in a secluded area. So I knew that I had to carry myself a certain way. But part of me wanted to say, who do you think you're talking to, officer? First of all, you have respect for me. But if I had stood up for myself in any manner, I knew what the outcome was going to be. You know, I was either going to be beat, shot, or whatever, left in that secluded area. And it would have been something that I did. The sister that was hung in jail, you know. And it goes on and on and on, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So where people would look at the news or something and say, oh, that's a shame. Oh, you see what happened? You know, that happened. Well, if people hadn't stood up in slavery, if they had to just continue to sit there and talk about how we were being treated as a people, but did no action, we were still sitting there. We were still slaves. To some degree, we're still slaves today, economically, mentally. Our people are suffering more than any people in this country. We have people that come from other countries that get better service, better opportunities, jobs, homes, support. But yet we helped to build this country. And we never got paid. Restitution has never been paid. Because and we don't want to stand up. We like to sit in the back and watch things happen and hope change comes about on the sweat and blood and tears of somebody else, but yet we'll reap the benefits. We'll reap the benefits. God will not do for us what we can't do for. We don't do for ourselves. There's a message in all of this. It's a message in all of this. Those lives have not been lost in vain. It's a reason for it. And it's coming from Christ. See, we as a people have lost so much over the years of what Martin Luther King, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, and on and on and on and on and on have fought to get us to. But we forgot where we came from. There is no support, love, or encouragement anymore. We too busy backstabbing, trying to prove a point, egotism. That's what we do. Wanting to be a part of, trying to be accepted. Look at me. That's what I see. As I said, this is just my opinion. I don't run anything in this world. I'm just a little person. I don't have all these fancy degrees, big home, fancy cars, none of that. But I do have spiritual connection with my God. And I do care about our people. I care about all people. But I care about our people. And I care about these children. Every day I run across a young man on the streets, no job, can't get a job. They felons. They can't get a job. Or people say when they rob them or steal or something, he's a bad person. Sometimes they just trying to eat. Sometimes they just trying to eat. But you won't let them carry your groceries. You won't give them a couple dollars. The young man was selling me some socks in the summertime. I told him, I said, son, It's summer. Nobody's wearing no socks. What do you need? He said, ma'am, I've been out all day trying to sell these socks. He said, I just ask people give me $1. I'm trying to eat and I got a woman and a child I'm trying to feed. I'm just trying to feed my family. He said, so I'm trying to do what's right selling these socks. But you know, people would not even give me $1. How many dollars you waste on candy bars, junk, whatever, throw away? Just junk. $1. Look at yourselves. Read your word for yourself and see what God is saying to you. He ain't blessed us for us to show off. He blessed us so we can help others. We may not can help with so much, but you don't know how far your help can go if you just willing to help in any way you can. How many times do I stand out on the street talking to these kids? Sharing my story, and I don't care, to give them some kind of hope. You know, it's easy to throw the problem out the door rather than to fight with the problem. I know, because I deal with it. By somebody very close to me. Very close. It's a struggle and it's hard. But our young men need help. There's a all-out war on our young men. It is. How much you gonna sit back and watch before you begin to write letters? Yeah, you don't have to walk the street. Write a letter to your Congress people. You voted them in. You paying their salary. Then ask them to do something for you. Donna Edwards, McCoskey, all the rest of them. It's called put your fingers to the keyboard. Right. Right. Help these kids that are marching in the street today. Excuse me, something is in my eye. This is the devil. But I'm going to get this video made. But, right. If you don't want to be in public, you don't want to be seen, you don't want no one on your good government job to know what you're doing, you worried about your reputation, then right. Sit down, put your fingers on the keyboard, help these children get it known. Keep writing. Black Lives Matter. We pay taxes. Yeah. We pay taxes. Heck, if you don't pay your taxes, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You know it. We got to pay our taxes. I talked about a blackout day. I wrote it. I put it on Facebook. Nobody respond. You got to hit them economically where it hurts. You got to show them what our value is. We contribute a lot to this country. Matter of fact, economically, we're the ones that's keeping it going. Hello? Sit down one day Everybody. Every African American, Hispanic, minority in America, sit down. Yes, sit down one day. You know, we boycotted the bus back when Martin Luther King led that for Rosa Parks. Now, it's time for us to resort back to some of those old ways, old methods that they used that worked. Think about it. Al Sharpton, all the rest of these big leaders that always, when something happens, they jump in the middle of it talking about this and that and the other. But I wonder how many times I saw y'all sitting in the courtroom. You went to visit the mothers and made your little comments and you left. But how many of you did I actually see sitting in the courtroom making comments after every trial day? We can't depend on our leaders. They've been bought and sold. Okay. It's up to us as a people to be our own leaders. We need to sit down one day, all across America. Police officers that are not corrupt, but is tired of seeing it in the police department, but they too scared to stand up, like the sister that stood up and got beat and then fired. Okay? Okay. That lets you know what they up against. It's too many evils. If you ever met a bad cop, and I have, you don't play with that. Okay? They know what they're dealing with. But if we just didn't buy gas, didn't go to the stores, didn't go to work, didn't purchase anything, turn off as many lights as you can in your house, light candles on that day. Do not turn on the TV. Just sit down. That would send a statement. But of course, I'm not educated enough. I don't have the PhD degrees. I don't have the name, the initials behind my name. Okay? So nobody listens to me. I'm too ignorant, too stupid, too dumb, too no name, nobody person for someone to pay me some attention. Sit down. One day. And if it took a week, you're not going to die without your TV and your texting and your cell phones and your internets and your grocery stores and your comfortability. Our people wasn't comfortable when they fought the battles, marched in the streets, getting beaten, chased, and washed down the street with water hoses. Or they wasn't having a good time when they was walking to work for miles and miles and miles and had to get into the little carpool and got beat up. They went through a lot to get some justice for our children's sake, for our future generation. Make a sacrifice as they made a sacrifice for us before some of us was even born. Stop yakking. That's how I feel. And do something to make an impact in somebody's life. So, when we get to heaven, if we make it, or we stand before Christ on Judgment Day, maybe he'll say to us, job well done. For Christ made all the sacrifices, the ultimate sacrifice. But we as a people, we want something handed to us. We want it, if it come the easy way, the most comfortable way. Well, wake up and smell the coffee. Nothing that's worth having is easy to get. Stand up for these children. Fight for these children's lives. Haven't you had enough pain? I have. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I hurt every time I have to turn on the news and another child has been murdered. No, thank God he's not my grandson, grandsons or granddaughters or any of my relatives. But we all, some can somehow, all of us as a people, bloodlines run deep. It's time to make a move, and it don't have to be a violent one. Don't let the children do all the work. Get involved. Write some letters. Then we need some leaders on whomever to put the Black Shutdown Day out. Yeah. One day. And we just did one day will make such an impact they'd be willing to sit down at the table and compromise. This is just one person's opinion. My name is Felicia, and I care. I just hope that you begin to care enough to get involved.